Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Williams, and today I will be talking to you about social media and the influence it has on food. Well, as we know, social media is growing rapidly, and as we can see over the past centuries, decades, we've seen new phones, new laptops, and new TVs. And as social media, as those the devices are growing, we can see that the apps that are being used on those devices are growing. Like Instagram has become a big hit, Twitter has become a big hit, things like Facebook, Snapchat, all those type of social medias that let us connect with our friends, our teachers, our parents, brothers and sisters, anybody that you can think of. But getting from that subject, let's talk about food and nutrition. As we all know, there are healthy eating choices and there are bad eating choices, like eating an apple versus eating a cheeseburger. The apple is a healthy eating choice. The double cheeseburger is the bad eating choice. As we know, the double cheeseburger is processed food, while the apple is natural. Let me talk to you about social media's influence on food and the food choices that you make. Research shows that media media's influence has gone beyond even purchasing and preparing food. It goes into the meal experience, as we all see from throughout the days. You can see on social media that you can see people posting pictures of food that they're eating, things that they're watching, but mostly important, the food that they're eating. People will post foods of people eating steak, chicken, things that they have prepared that they want you to see. And all of people normally are on their phones even while they're eating. So while you're eating, you can see what other people are eating. Or even if you're not eating, you can still see what other people are eating. And it really connects. It makes a connection between the viewer and the person that puts up those things. As I usually see myself personally, I see some of my friends put up food, and I will actually be like, why am I not there? I want some of that food. That food looks good. So social media, that even then has an influence, even though you're not there. It's had a big influence on your eating choices, what you want to eat, your cravings, things like that. More on social media's influence, the consumption of unhealthy foods has become on the rise because of what people are viewing on social media. You can say that seeing something like a double cheeseburger and some fries on Instagram might make you want to go out and go to Burger King, go to McDonald's, and buy that double cheeseburger and some fries. It's not a healthy eating choice, but because you've seen it, because you're hungry, because you have that craving, you're gonna want to go out and buy it. And according to Sumo Salad, Instagram has had a big influence on people's choices of how they eat offline. Things like I said, cheeseburger, things like subs, things like that. I know there are some subs out there that are healthy, but some of them are not. And things like milkshakes. Instagram has had an influence because people like to post a lot of things about their food, and 130 million photos have been tagged with hashtag food but only 4 of those top 20 foods have been promoted as healthy. So most of the time, people are promoting unhealthy foods, are showing unhealthy foods on the social media. And that's what people are going to look at because they see it every day. And more on food and sports, going to food and sports. As we know, social media has a big influence. As you can see on TV, they have food places that they show you on TV. They have food channels that you watch that show how they prepare the food. They have all those type of things. Social media has a big influence on our food choices, as we all see. Even when it comes to sports, when you usually watch sports on the TV, you see that in some sports you have people that are drinking, you have a beverage, you have people that are eating. Like when you think of baseball, you think of peanuts, you think of nachos. When you think of basketball, you think of nachos, you think of beer, you think of soda, all those type of things. Because of social media, that is what we're gonna want to have when we go to a sporting event. When we go to a basketball game, when we go to a baseball game, we're gonna want to have a soda. We're gonna want to have peanuts. We're gonna want to have nachos, because that goes with the experience of the sporting event. That is what we don't just go to the sporting event to watch the game. Yeah, we do, but at the same time, we might want a snack to eat while we're watching the baseball game or the football game or the basketball game, because that of the things that we see on TV, the things that we see on the social network like Instagram and Facebook and all those things. So today I wanted to relay this message to you that yes, social media has a big influence on food, our food choices. Whether it's negative, whether it's positive, it does have an influence. So what I've talked to you about with all this research was showing you how social media is growing. I hope to show you that as social media is growing, the food choices that we make are growing. Everything is growing because of social media. Food is one of those aspects, and it adds to the experience that people have at sporting events.